news this morning. We are tracking subtropical storm Nicole. I'll time out when we could see landfall in the state and, of course, the impacts that we expect here locally.
And you are running out of time to prepare for the storm. Next, what our local counties are doing right now as Nicole approaches and what schools still have not decided whether they will close this week.
And the storm not dampening any plans just yet as you get ready to make your voice heard in the biggest election of the year. We are covering the biggest races in our state to the amendments on the ballot to get you ready to cast your ballot.
It's a new day. This is CBS 12 News This Morning.
We have our eyes on two very important stories. Say good morning. I'm Matt Lincoln.
And I'm Sam Kerrigan. We are tracking subtropical storm Nicole as it makes its way towards Florida. The storm is expected to become a Category 1 hurricane before approaching the state. Governor DeSantis has declared a state of emergency for 34 counties.
And in about 14 hours, we will know who took home some of the biggest races in our state as the midterm election comes, as there are hurricane watches in Palm Beach County up to the Treasure Coast and Lake Okeechobee.
We have team coverage for you this morning. Everything from getting you ready to vote to preparations and impacts our area could see from Nicole.
Let's begin here by going straight to meteorologist Lauren Oleski. Lauren, give us the latest on Nicole.
I think first we should all take a collective deep breath with how much is going on across the state right now. Here's Nicole. Latest update from the National Hurricane Center has winds of 45 miles per hour right now. So we haven't seen any change to the strength for quite some time, essentially over the last 24 hours or so. However, as we move through today, Nicole is going to start to transition to an tropical storm, Nicole, rather than subtropical. It just means the structure is a little different. It's still very windy, though. And once that happens, that's when we're expecting it to start strengthening a little bit more. So, again, here's our latest update. Remember, our tracks now come out at 4 rather than at 5 because of the time change. We did see a shift to the north with this. So the rainfall impacts from this will lessen a little bit. Although this wasn't much of a rain event for us, I still expect our biggest threat with Nicole to be strong, gusty winds. Tropical storm warnings are now in effect for our entire area. Hurricane warnings are posted right now for the Bahamas, but we'll get a closer look at this. So tropical storm warnings, which means we expect to see tropical storm force winds, that's winds in excess of 39 miles an hour, as we move through the next few days. Tropical storm watches are issued further west. It's already very windy this morning. We're already seeing some of these showers coming onshore. Right now, a lot of rain moving down into South County. Brief, heavy downpours will be possible across the area over the next few hours. Of course, very windy out there too. Right now, they're out of the northeast, around 15 miles per hour. They will pick up even more, though, throughout the day today and then, of course, into tomorrow. Now, this persistent onshore flow is going to be impacting our coastline. I want to bring in meteorologist Jennifer Collins. Jen, we don't, of course, just worry about the wind and the rain. We have to worry about the surf. Beach erosion is going to be an issue for us this week.
Up and down the East Coast, we've had impacts even from Ian earlier this season, which impacted a lot of our northern areas, especially parts like Daytona Beach. In beach erosion, we saw quite a bit of that along our coastline. Now we will see this persistent onshore wind flow as the storm continues to move towards our coastline, which add that to our full moon phase and the king tides we're already seeing. Beach erosion will be a major threat up and down our East Coast areas. All right, here's a look at what we can expect heading into the next 2 days when it comes to our maximum wind speeds. Of course, the closer to the coastline, we'll see the strongest wind potential ranging anywhere from about 50 to 65 mile per hour winds. Could see higher sustained winds along our immediate coastline. Of course, wind gusts could be in excess of about 75 miles per hour. That is a hurricane force wind along our coast. The further south we go, those winds will ease up a bit as well. Now, we do have a severe weather threat heading into Wednesday. Isolated tornado threat is possible as we get any sort of tropical system moving through our area. We are under a level 1 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. That is a marginal risk. And of course, when it comes to rainfall, though this will primarily be a wind threat storm, we do have the potential of seeing some isolated spots, getting the potential of some localized flooding. So of course, we'll keep you updated here as the days go along.
Jen, thank you. 5:04 right now, and this morning there is a storm surge warning in our area, bringing a lot of concern about beach erosion. Previous hurricanes like Irma and Dorian removed several miles of sand from our beaches. CBS 12's Danny Travis continues our team coverage from the Juno Beach Pier this morning. Danny, how are conditions looking out there right now?
Good morning, Sam. Yeah, conditions here at the Juno Beach Pier are really starting to pick up. You can see my hair right now is just blowing everywhere and had to already be put up. Now I want you to also look at the trees behind me, which are really blowing in what Lauren said is about 45 miles per hour winds. Now I want to take you over here to the beach and the pier itself, and I understand it's dark because it's only 5 a.m., but I can tell you that the surf out here is really starting to pick up. And with subtropical storm Nicole approaching and expecting to strengthen, the Juno Beach replenishment project here is underway since last year and is expected to be put to the test. The beach maintenance project brought in hydraulic dredging and pumping to move sand offshore onto Juno Beach. The project will restore almost 100,000 cubic yards of sand lost as a result of Hurricane Irma back in 2018. And as of last year, about 750,000 cubic yards of sand have been replaced along the shoreline. Now in Palm Beach County, Hurricane Irma swept through with sustained winds that reached almost 70 miles per hour. And our meteorologist says, Nicole, wind speeds may be between 40 and 50 miles per hour with Nicole. Now, we did reach out to Palm Beach County officials on how the Juno Beach replenishment project could be affected by Nicole, but we were denied any comments. Live in Juno Beach, Danny Travis, CBS 12 News.
All right, Danny, thank you. Also this morning, Palm Beach County is under a hurricane watch, and the message from county officials is to prepare and not panic.
Days out from Nicole's potential landfall in our area, they want people to stay informed and gather supplies now.
And CBS 12's Danielle DeRoss at the live desk now. Danielle, what do they say people need to know?
Matt and Sam, first we want to show you that Palm Beach County's Emergency Operations Center is open and it's operating at a level 3. You can see that on the county's website right here, this yellow banner letting people know that it is up and running at level 3. And what that means is it's one step above normal operations, certainly not a full-scale activation, but it shows you our county is monitoring this tropical system, and you should be too. They also want you to know your zone in the event of evacuations, and you can find out if you are in an evacuation zone by going to floridadisaster.org. This map right here I've pulled up and zoomed in on our area. You can see Palm Beach County right here and up the Treasure Coast. You can also go right up here, not only zooming in, but also up here, entering your address in that corner to find out if you are in a zone. And as you can see, these red areas, that's Zone A. Those will be the first ones to evacuate. And I'm showing you right there, those barrier islands on the Treasure Coast. Zones B and C would come after that. Those are the orange and yellow areas. So important for you to know, especially if you're new to the area, if you are in one of these affected zones. Now, county officials held a news conference yesterday and they gave updates about their storm preparations. They say 13,000 FPL workers are at the ready to respond to power outages, and they say that more than 500,000 of cubic yards of sand have been added to our beaches to address potential erosion.
We're built for this. And so we're going to be watching this very carefully. Our new residents and our seasonal residents who haven't experienced this before should be taking proactive measures to prepare, but not panic.
An official from Florida Power and Light says they are expecting trees to fall down from this storm due to this saturated ground and damage that's already happened from Hurricane Ian. County officials remind you that it's a good idea to make sure your hurricane supplies are still ready this late in the season. Have things like water, your medications, and a full tank of gas. Matt and Sam.
Danielle, thank you. And parents, we know you are probably wondering about school closures in our area right now. We can tell you St. Lucie, Indian River, Martin, and Okeechobee counties will close tomorrow and Thursday because of the storm. Now, those counties, other than Okeechobee, also have a planned holiday Friday for Veterans Day. Palm Beach County schools have not decided to close because of the storm yet, but they are closed for Election Day today, as many schools serve as polling locations. Now, as soon as we learn if schools will be closed any other days of the week, we will be sure to let you know.
And this morning, the Okeechobee County Board of County Commissioners will hold a local state of emergency meeting ahead of the storm. Sandbags are available at the Public Works Department compound. Shovels and bags are available at the site, but you are required to fill your own bags. There's a 10-bag limit per car car while supplies are available. An information call line will be available for residents, 863-824-6888. It starts at 9 this morning and will stay open until 6 p.m. daily as needed.
This morning, the Indian River County Emergency Operation will be moving to Level 2 full activation. The shelters you see on your screen will open starting tomorrow at 7 a.m. Those locations include Treasure Coast Elementary and the Freshman Learning Center. If you have any questions, you can call the Citizen Hotline at the number that you see on your screen right now. That is 772-226-4000. The line opens at 8 o'clock this morning.
And this morning, St. Lucie County's Emergency Operations Center is moving to a Level 1 full activation. Potential evacuations and shelter openings or government closings will be announced later today. Keep in mind the tax collector's office will be closed tomorrow and Thursday. And as soon as we learn more about any other preparations, we'll make sure to let you know. Well, now to our other big story of the day. It is Election Day, where in just a few hours, polls will open across our state for gubernatorial, Senate, and congressional seats.
And today is your chance to have your vote count and your voice heard on some of the most important issues in our state.
And the biggest races, of course, Charlie Crist hoping to make it back to Tallahassee, this time as a Democrat, while Governor DeSantis looks to hold on to his seat, while Representative Val Demings from Orlando looking to unseat Senator Marco Rubio. All four candidates made a final campaign push in South Florida ahead of Election Day.
You are looking at video of the governor in Boynton Beach. His message to his supporters was to keep Florida free, saying Florida made sure to keep businesses and schools open for families during the pandemic. The governor will watch results of the election come in at the Tampa Convention Center.
And just a couple miles up north, Charlie Crist in Fort Pierce making his final efforts. He focused on improving the state's economy, saying it's not affordable to buy a home or rent an apartment in the state. Crist will gather supporters in St. Petersburg as polls come to a close.
Senator Marco Rubio, along with the governor, held a campaign in Hialeah. The senator blasted the Democrats' agenda, saying how important it is for people to vote so the Republican Party can win across the board. The senator will be in his hometown of Miami as he waits for results.
And Val Demings joined Charlie Crist in Fort Lauderdale at a Get Out the Vote rally. Demings promised to fight for health care and abortion rights, saying there was only one party fighting for those rights. She'll be watching the results come in from Orlando.
CBS 12's Kara Duffy is live from a polling site in West Palm Beach this morning.
So, Kara, despite Nicole, election officials say they're ready to go.
That's right, Matt. Sam, in just under 2 hours, polls will open here at First Christian Church in West Palm Beach. This is one of several hundred polling places in Palm Beach County alone where voters will come and cast their ballot today. Now, the Palm Beach County Supervisor of Election gave us an update at a press conference alongside other county officials, saying that they are closely monitoring this storm and feeling hopeful that conditions won't cause too many issues during today's polling hours. But they do have a plan in place if that changes.
If there are any big problems, if we lose power or if we have any flooding, we will move a polling location to the closest one and notify those voters in every way that we can so that they will be the least convenience. But at this point, we're not expecting that to be a problem.
Now, if you do still have to vote today, the earlier the better. While it is expected to be very windy most of the day, the heavy downpours aren't expected to really pick up until closer to the polls closing. So try to get out there as early as you can today. Now, a few things to keep in mind. Make sure you double check the location of your polling place. Some of those locations have changed following redistricting in our area here. Now, you can check out that information. It's posted on your voter information card. You can look it up online or by calling your local supervisor of elections office. And one last thing, you don't want to forget your photo ID with a signature. This could include a Florida driver's license, passport, or student and military ID. Matt, Sam, back to you.
All right, Kara, thank you. Right now, 2 Palm Beach County School Board seats are up for grabs after candidates did not get a majority 50% in the primary election. In District 6, the area of Royal Palm Beach, Wellington, and the Glades, incumbent Marcia Andrews is looking to keep her seat against challenger Jennifer Showalter. Andrews in a field of 5 got about 48% of the vote in the primary and has been on the ballot again because she didn't get the 50%. Showalter was the runner-up with 18%. In District 7, the area around West Palm Beach and Riviera Beach will have a new face on the school board. Dr. Deborah Robinson left after more than 20 years. Edwin Ferguson, a former teacher at Palm Beach Lakes High School, and Corey Smith, a former assistant public defender, are fighting for the position. And the winners of these two races will join incumbents Karen Brill and Erica Whitfield, who won their seats in the primary.
Yeah, it's important to know all the races on the ballot. If you are heading to the polls today, it's not too late to print out that sample ballot so you can see, exactly what you're going to be voting on.
And then you can take it with you.
Yeah.
You can make your votes, make your choices ahead, and then bring it with you. Just pbcelections.org in Palm Beach County to print out that ballot. All right, 5:14. We're tracking Nicole all morning long. We'll take another look at what we could expect from meteorologist Lauren Lesky coming up in 3 minutes. Stick with us.